れたものはいつか思い出すはずでしょう。消えた夢の影を探した寂しさの答え儚さを愛触れてた風に流れて僕は君を愛せていたか少し気づくことが遅すぎダウンですから消えてゆく明日さえも崩れ落ちてゆく何もないここで一人きりいつかまた最後の日を迎えられてみれまた生まれ落ちた君が望む日
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm here to talk about an incident that happened on April 29th. Obviously this is during the NBA Finals where the Pacers are facing against the Bucks, and this took place at the Pacers home court where you have this man who happens to be related to a point guard who's also like an all-star for the Indiana Pacers. His name was Tyrese Haliburton. If I got his last name right. So he's the same dude that actually made the last shot, the game-winning shot against the Milwaukee Bucks, and this is actually what started the debacle between these two. So the man that you see on the right happens to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's also a popular all-star for the Milwaukee Bucks and has been for years. Ongoing. So the thing was that Tyrese Haliburton's dad was the one who instigated, basically, because as soon as the Pacers defeated the Bucks, his dad literally went into the court and was trying to rub it into Giannis's face. About how, and again, I know obviously words were exchanged. I don't know exactly what was being said, but he was basically trash talking Giannis as well as his team. I don't know what was being said, but Giannis decided to become confrontation as well, by butting heads with Tyrese's father. So again, could be that Giannis is salty about the loss, because I'll be honest, like it is definitely a humiliating defeat. It didn't feel like it was really like, again, like this playoffs was in the favor for the Bucks, and that they were bound to lose, because it wasn't the fact they lost by 1 point, but they only had like 1 win against the Pacers, while the Pacers had 4 wins against them. And again, it's very surprising.
He's not supposed to be on the court. Him. It don't He's matter. Not supposed to be on the court.
Giannis talked to him. Forget all that.
No, he was on the court.
So what?
You think he said something? He probably know who his dad is.
Stop it. Giannis said something.
No, because he's on the court in his face.
So what? Everybody on the court.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
I haven't really been caught up with watching the NBA, because I start to, it's not that I don't like playing basketball. I start to care less, because it's like I feel like already got to witness a lot of NBA games, and I know that not every team is going to be the same. People like it's just sometimes, yes, fans can be very toxic because they always want a certain team to win, and people get tired of the same teams winning. So this kind of surprised me. I don't know. I'm curious how the Pacers actually got an advantage over the Bucks, because I'm not gonna lie, Bucks are a very overwhelming team because of especially when you see Giannis, he's what's helping them win. So I was expecting it to be like I was expecting them to be on like equal footing, even if the Pacers were good. But I didn't expect them to lose that bad. I think what made it worse is the fact that they lost not in the last quarter by 1 point, and it was decided by a game winner. So I think at the same time that's what really got to Giannis.
When I turned, it might have seemed like I was looking at him, but I really wasn't. I was looking through him. That's
Right.
how I was in the moment. I know it looked like we were looking, like I was staring him down, but it wasn't like that. It was in the
Right.
moment, as if I was looking right through him. And yes, I had the banner in my hand going, and I was yelling, "Yay! Yay! Yay!" Giannis never said anything to me. I never said anything to Giannis. There was
Right.
no back and forth.
But that changed when Giannis went face to face with John near his baseline seats a few moments later.
He grabbed my hands, he put his forehead on my forehead, and he said, "Don't disrespect me. Don't effing disrespect me." Okay? And I said to him, "I was not trying to disrespect you," which I wasn't. I'm telling you, I did not do that on purpose. I really did not. And then I said to him, "I love you." He said back to me, "I love you." We patted chest. He gave us a thumbs up, and he walked away.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna just blame Tyrese Haliburton's father, but at the same time, Giannis's fault as well, because I trust me when I say he was definitely salty about that loss, and it just felt like a humiliating defeat, and he really could not take the insults, so he decided to confront him about it.
Now there can be a lot of people out there that are like, no, when you win the game, you gotta talk shit, and it's a green light for you to be disrespectful towards somebody else. I disagree. I've won the championship. They haven't.
But at the same time, it's like there's really no reason for even if he's related to NBA player, there's no reason for him to like basically enter the court like that and basically be hostile towards other players, because whether Giannis was in the right and he's defending himself, but at the same time it's like you have to realize how big those fronts are. So he was definitely taking huge risk, and I can't assume his like how much he has that could be able to cover it, but who knows how much the fine could have been. So it's a good thing it did not really escalate that far, because they know that that's really the NBA, the association, they're fully aware that that's really the weakness for those players, is that if they actually get violent or they become very hostile, they could be forced to pay a massive fine, as well as be put into suspension. So it was not only was it worth being suspended, not only is it not worth being suspended, it's not worth having to pay a massive fine. So at the same time, it wouldn't have really mattered, because the Bucks wouldn't be playing afterwards. So even if the only issues that would be the fine, in my opinion. So even if he was suspended for a bit, who knows how long that would have lasted, but he wouldn't be able to play until the playoffs end. So he'd have to wait till next season. But I will say it was handled poorly, because the thing is, though, they definitely should have had security to make sure nobody entered the court, because it's only meant for like the referees, the NBA players, and the coaches and the staff who are there to actually comfort the players or to de-escalate the situation. I'm not saying this wasn't de-escalated, but had there not been any like staff or any other players, it could have gone way worse. And even Tyrese Haliburton was hoping that his dad would literally try not to escalate it and be hostile towards Giannis, because yeah, they won, but it's like that should have been the end of it. There was no reason to literally brag and try to like rub it in somebody's face, because he already made up his point with the game winner. That like there was no reason to even like go back and forth with him, and that's what really ticked Giannis. It wasn't just the insults; it was also that humiliating loss that humiliated him. At the end of the day, you guys, the best solution for this, guys, if Haliburton's father is the type of person who's going to be confrontational to players on the court, there needs to be some sort of boundary. Like the moment they show up on the court, they need immediately, either security or the referee needs to literally just take them out of the court. On top of that, the moment they do that, they need to actually pretty much ban those type of like audience members. The people that are watching and they decide to enter the court should be able to pay a fine as well, but at the same time, it's like probably ban them, maybe to literally teach them a valuable lesson and be more stricter. That way they don't try to make that same attempt again, because chances are, who knows, he might follow it up again whenever his son wins, and it might escalate. So there needs to be a way for them to like diffuse a situation like this, so that this doesn't become like an ongoing issue. But overall, I feel like I said enough, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.
また夜が明ければお別れ夢は遠き幻にあなたを追いかけていた光の中で流れるたび暖かい風を頼り春を告げ踊り出sunshine 夏を目打ち野原から草川秋の月登ったままなるさを描い冬も過ぎまた月に数えまだまだの奥にあるいつから夏と過ぎた青空片手をつなぐあなたの歌ういつや思い出今呼び覚ます記憶の中でいざ歩き出す遥か彼方響く声が揺れる書き綴れば待っていた歴史の果て Ring of Brass 蘇る